Feeling good, man. Feeling like a champ. Can't wait. 9 days, I get to taste another cupcake. One that I heard might pack a punch, so I can't wait for it.
If you had to compare Alex Volkanovski to any one of your previous opponents, who do you think he's going to be most similar like?
No one. No one. I hate when, I really don't like it when people say I fought a guy like Max and this and that, or they fought a guy like me, and it just made no sense to me. Oh, they jamming right now, huh? Oh, they turning down. But it makes no sense to me when they compare fighters. They're like, oh yeah, I fought this guy. He kind of does stuff like this, but at the end of the day, it ain't me, you know. And I never fought anybody like Alex, because Alex is the only one, you know. There's only one guy, and that's you. So I just can't wait, you know. He presents a lot of questions for us, and me and my team sat down, and we believe we came up with a lot of answers. So I'm excited.
Ahead of this fight, Alex is saying all the right things. You want to challenge to say that he's the guy to dethrone you, that he's got this confidence. You've been a champion for a while now. Can you talk about the difference in motivation for a challenger and a champion who's got to defend this title for the X amount of time?
It's like GSP once said, you know, it's harder to defend a title than win it, because if you think about it, when you fighting for a title, you're trying to earn something brand new, and then when you're defending a title, you're just trying to re-earn something that you already have, you know, and it is what it is, you know. That's when me and my team, we sit down and we look for questions in what these guys, we look for challenges and this and that, and we look for things that excite me, and excite me is asking questions, you know. It's everybody keep talking about how this guy has power, you know. Everybody say, oh, Max, you're taller, but the guy got the reach, you know. I got little T-Rex arms. I don't know what's going on. A lot of people's like, you're tall, you have the reach, Max, use your jab. I'm like, guys, look at the reach. My reach is shorter than everybody I fought, except for probably Frankie. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm just excited. You know, I'm excited. Every fight to me is a championship fight. I told you guys before I was a champ that I thought I was in championship fights, and that's the way I carried myself, and that's the way I'm going to continue to carry myself. You know, and with him saying that he's the one that's going to do this and that, you need that confidence. I want to fight a confident guy. You know, and he's across the octagon come December 14th because of that confidence, and I look forward to it.
So you're talking about questions that you have to ask yourself and stuff. You've mentioned it a couple of times now. Is the biggest question in this fight his power? Is that what he has?
His power, his cardio, his strength, his wrestling. Dude is a striker too, so there's a lot of questions, you know, and that's the thing that excites me. That's the thing that get me up. Like, oh yeah, this and that, okay. You know, so we see what happens. You know, we're gonna push every single question. You know, I believe I have the answers for it, and the beautiful thing, we find out in 9 days. So I can't wait for it.
So what are the things you're doing to kind of motivate yourself and get excited, because you have been the champ for a bit now, you have these defenses, and you know, you've run through some people. So what is getting you excited right now?
You know, this is one of the biggest cards of the year. Like I said, if we're not going to UFC Hawaii, I'm bringing UFC Hawaii to the 9th island, and that's Las Vegas, baby. So that's what we plan on doing. You know, it's a huge fight. It's a big fight. I'll tell you guys right now, the crowd there is going to be crazy. You know, the people there is going to be insane. You're probably going to see a bunch of Hawaiian flags going there, marching the streets. So I can't wait. I'm excited for this fight, and it's just. It's another, why not be excited with this guy? You know, it's another challenge. It's another challenge that a lot of people is questioning, you know, like this guy got this, and this, and I can't wait. You know, we sat down with my team, like I said, we sat down, we talked stories. We think we figured it out, so the hard part is done. Fun part comes, actually got one more hard part, you know, everybody talk about the weight and blah, 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 but after that, it's, you know, punch someone in the face day, so I'm waiting for it.
Weight is okay?
Weight is more than okay. You know, I feel good. I feel great. People keep talking to me about my weight and this and that, but at the end of the day, I always make that 145 limit, and you know, I can't wait. I can't wait to show the world why I'm one of the best in the world, one of the best mixed martial artists, not a 45er, one of the best fighters in the world. So I'm excited.
He said at the press conference in New York that oh, you're a big guy. I'm going to give you the opportunity to go up. I'm going to take your belt and go up to 155. Is going up still something that is on your mind?
Yeah, I want to be the best mixed martial artist in the world. And being the best mixed martial artist in the world is not a guy who stays in his weight and dominates his weight. It is someone who's willing to go at whatever weight. So whatever's the best guys, whoever's the best guys in the world, you guys tell me. I got a couple belts I want to fight for. The 55, of course. You got Khabib because he's one of the best guys in the world. The nicest mother lover belt. Stephen Boy Thompson hit me up, and the baddest man on the planet. DC. He's the heavyweight. He was the heavyweight king. I still believe he is the heavyweight king, and at the end of the day, if that's the guys that I need to fight to be the best in the world, that's what we're gonna do.
So you can possibly be a two-belt champion, nicest MRFer and baddest MRFer. Maybe you can challenge Masvidal as well.
That'd be fun, I like 3 pieces, I like a soda, and I like biscuits. So don't let me know.
Max, when you move up to 155, are you viewing it as you're going to continue at featherweight and then if a right opportunity comes you'll move up, or are you going to look at it as, okay, after this title defense it's time to move up and leave featherweight behind, and you're going to make a drastic change to move up?
We see what happens. We see what happens. I don't know. A king defends his throne, and my throne is here at 45. But if there's an opportunity at 55, why not? If it's defending or fighting for belts or whatever, it's not even the belts that intrigue me. It's being the best martial artist in the world that intrigue me. So if the best fighters in the world, whoever you guys think is the best guy, let me fight him. Let me at him. If he just has the belt is just the topping, the cherry on top. So at the end of the day, we see what happens. I'm gonna sit through with my team. First things first, we got Alex. I ain't trying to look too far in the future, and we go from there.
Not to look past Alex, but after him, there doesn't seem to be any real clear-cut contender at featherweight. You've got Korean Zombie who probably need another win. Then even Rodriguez, you probably think he needs another win. Is there another name after Alex you can see like that's the guy, or is it time to maybe look at 155 for the next fight?
It's MMA. It's MMA, man. Every 2 weeks there's a hot fighter. So there's the next one up every 2 weeks. So I ain't too nervous about it. That's not my goal. Ain't to look at guys. Winners focus on winning, and whoever at the bottom of the mountain, they can keep climbing, and that's what they're gonna do. Whoever UFC, we're gonna sit down after this fight. Hopefully everything goes good, and we talk to UFC, and whoever they want to put in front of me, then they will put in front of me.
What did you think of the performances of some of the featherweights who've been in big fights, Yair, Sabit, and some of those guys?
I didn't really watch them. I didn't get to see some of the fights, but I heard they did really good. And it's really exciting, Like you hear names like Zabit and Yair. Yair is a flashy guy. I love his fighting style. Zabit is the same way. I love his fighting style. So I think so. Those opponents is cool. I think it would be great matchups, great fights. But at the end of the day, I got Alex in front of me. I ain't looking past him at all.
Now, we had Tyron Woodley earlier in the year. He talked about, if you ask all of the UFC champions who would be their favorite, he said they'd probably all say Max Holloway. What does that mean to you when you got a guy who was on top for a long time giving you those kind of props?
It means a lot. T Wood is a good guy, great human being. A lot of the champions is just nice people. So when you hear guys like this, this is the type of guys that you look up and you model your career after. And I just lost for words. It's more than a nickname. I'm blessed.
So we've heard you mention that you've taken more medical tests after the scare a little while back. Can you give us any detail on what sort of tests you've been taking?
I just sit down with my team. Me and my team, we sit down. We do certain tests and stuff for my health and wise, because one of our main goals, one of our main ideas, and my stuff that my team live by is they work for Rush, they don't work for me. So everything is to make sure that I'm good, so we can be good for Rush, and that's what we do. I think so. Recovery and stuff is super important. Look at what LeBron James is doing. He said last year he said that he spent $1.2 million on recovery stuff. Period. So that's what we focus on. We focus on health. Your health kind of get lost, especially when, like me, I'm trying to fight four times in a year, and I'm just training this and that. So I got some of the greatest minds in MMA behind me, and they make sure I'm good all around.
Just on a personal level, you seem like a guy who's pretty rah-rah, ready for the action whenever. Is it frustrating at all, kind of submitting to when it's time to rest, when it's time to not train, and just kind of sitting down when your coaches tell you so?
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I get into arguments with that man right behind the cameras over there all the time about how I should be doing stuff. You know, especially with training and stuff, and then overtraining. But that's why they're there. You know what I mean? They're with me. They're with me till the wheels fall off. But their job is to keep the wheels on and turn it nice and squeaky clean. So, you know, I'm super grateful for them, and that's what they gotta do.
Has that the approach and the increased focus on your health, is that altering strategy-wise what your coaches have you working on?
Actually, this is the best I ever felt. This is every camp we learn something new about myself, and I get better every camp. And you guys get to see. You guys go watch my last performances. You know, the last Frankie one was great, and then tune in December 14th. We're gonna put on a show. It's gonna be an amazing one.
Max, you've joked about going all the way up to heavyweight and fighting TC. But realistically, what is the heaviest weight class do you think that you'd be able to compete in and, you know, possibly win the title there?
You know, UFC 1, they didn't have weight classes, so heavyweight is definitely there. But, you know, I don't know about holding belts all at one time, this and that, but, you know, nobody really got 3 yet. So 170, I could see myself, you know, I turned 28, you know, I just turned 28. I can see myself maybe going to even getting to 85, being healthy and getting strong there, you know, like, you know, I got 5 more years, 6 more years in this sport. Who knows? I might pull a DC on you guys and fight to 40, you know. I'm sure the guy behind the camera is not shaking his head too well when I say that, but, you know, at the end of the day, that's what it is, you know. I think so I can be big. I'm a Polynesian, Hawaiian, Samoan, and I'm probably the smallest Samoan/Hawaiian you guys see. So I think the weight issue, you know, is not a problem. You know, it's just about getting in the gym, getting the weights, and getting the actually packing on the muscle.
Max, I wanted to ask you about some comments you made in an interview recently. You and Conor McGregor have this sort of weird relationship where you fire little verbal jabs at each other.
Yeah.
But then when things get serious, you're both very supportive of each other.
Yeah.
How would you describe your dynamic?
Conor, that's my boy. You know, we be texting all the time. Nah. I'm just joking. You know, it's just you know, everybody. I even saw that we was talking about like there's a line that you don't cross. You know, I think some people is misreading what I said. I said there's a line that he didn't cross with me. And then whenever I did something seriously happened with me, you know, with the Ortega stuff long ago before the first Ortega one that was booked, he was like the first guy asking like, you know, what is wrong with our champion, you know, and this and that. And then when I was walking to the Frankie Edgar stuff, I was walking in slow because the cameraman was telling me you need to walk slower. He the one that, you know, is like, what is going on, you know? He reached out and he always like trying to aware people about how we look and stuff. So. And I respect, you know, I respect that man a lot and what he did for the sport, and even like a human being, you know, he comes up short just like anybody else, you know, just like anybody else. We're all humans, we all make mistakes, and, you know, sometimes you just gotta give a guy a chance. And me and him, we just, I don't know what it is, you know, we just respect each other on that level, and I always gonna get respect, you know. I'm excited that he's back in the sport, and, you know, I can't wait to him go do his thing in January.
How do you see that fight with Cerrone going?
We see what happens. It's fun, you know. We see what Conor comes, you know. We see if the Mystic Mac is back and the way he's training, but we get to see that fight, you know. So hopefully, I wish him a great training camp, and I just can't wait to see him go back in there.
Have you ever talked with Conor like one-on-one, away from social media, away from cameras, just you and him?
When I fought him,
DM
not really DM. When I fought him, actually like. It's funny. It's a funny story. When I fought him, we was fighting. We was standing in line to go do our medicals, and it was me and him. And then he was using this cool high, like it was like a Hawaii shorts. I was like, cool shorts, bro. And he was like, yeah, you like that, eh? He was like, it's a Hawaii vibe. I was like, that's dope. He's like, yeah, thank you. And then we went out there and we did the face off, and he like kind of got in my face, so it kind of tripped me out. So I was like, oh wow, it's like this guy can turn on, you know. So, but it is what it is. That's the only like talk I got to talk to him before a fight.
He
Why do you-
has
why do you
his
think he-
whiskey. You tweeted out last year, I believe, about going to Ireland with Jameson.
Yeah.
Were you just teasing him, or were you trying to get the matchmakers to start the fire?
I don't know what you're talking about. Jameson is a great whiskey though.
Do you think that rematch is destiny? Like it's gonna happen eventually, you and him?
Yeah, we see that happen. Like I said, if the Mystic Mac arrive, if he wants to be like what he was a couple years ago when he was the greatest mixed martial artist in the world, and he wants to be the greatest again, I'm sure we're gonna run into each other like that, But because he wants to be great, I want to be great. But if not, it is what it is, But if his mind is right, his mind is straight, and he wants to be the best, I'm sure we're gonna run into each other. So I'm not sweating it too much.
Nice.
Like in preparation for this fight, what are some of the different things you got in training camp? This is another title event. So what are the new things that you and your team did?
One of the new things I was doing, I think everybody's catching on that I'm like a T-Rex. I'm tall and I got short reach. Been trying to like stretch a lot more, get my reach a little bit longer. Alex got longer reach than me, so I've been stretching doing my stretches a little bit longer, focusing on. Hopefully, we can remeasure for this fight, and hopefully I got an inch or something.
Is it working?
Oh wait, we're about to see. Next week when I check in, I'm like, we're remeasuring this right now.
Let's say you beat Alex in this next fight, and there's no other featherweight, especially now with Ortega being out of the fight against Korean Zombie. There's no other featherweight that really stands out for the next challenger. With your goal in mind of being the best MMA fighter in the world, would a fight in another division next be more intriguing against a top contender in one of those divisions rather than someone in featherweight who maybe hasn't done enough to get that shot next?
Like I said, we see. First thing first is Alex. And if an opportunity presents itself, I'm not backing down from it. I want to be one of the greatest in this era. As long as I live and as long as I fight, whenever I'm fighting, I want people to talk about like, oh man, he's one of the greats in his time. So that's what I want to do. But first things first. Alex a handful. And can't be overlooking this guy. Most of the times we see when guys overlook guys, you see what happens. So right now he got my full focus, and Sunday, Monday, whatever day after the fight, if everything go good, I'm gonna sit down with Dana and them, Hunter, and we have that talk.
Max, you've got.
It's inevitable basically in every interview something comes up about your Hawaiian heritage or bringing the UFC to Hawaii. I'm curious, when it comes to fighting, is there something distinctly Hawaiian about the way you fight? There are these concepts of like aloha, hana, and mana. Is there something that's unique to all Hawaiian fighters, or something that you bring that's specifically Hawaiian?
I mean, if you see all the other Hawaiian fighters, it's just aloha, you see it. Most of us is like going to fight week and we're smiling, we're laughing, cracking it up. And when we get in there, we just dogs, It's crazy, I think it is something, It's probably the air. You guys need to come down, hopefully sooner than later. Smell the air, get in the ocean. The water is, right now the waves is kind of big, so stay away from the ocean if you're in Hawaii. But that's just it, At the end of the day, I think Hawaiians is a little bit different. We're just wired a little bit different. Maybe the wiring got crisscrossed or mismatched. I don't know what happened, but we just wired a little bit different.
You seem to really be enjoying yourself at the press conference in New York last month, just kind of watching the headliners go back and forth. What's the difference? I mean, you've carried basically the last few cards you've been on as the headliner. Now you get to sit back a little bit as the co-main event and watch these guys, bark and bark and bark. What's the difference, in your role as a co-main event as opposed to being the main event?
Not that much. I just get to show up and fight. I got to talk a little bit less of the pressure. That's always cool. I probably would have just talked about candy and cupcakes if they kept asking me questions at the end of the day. But it's just cool to be a part of this big fight. And those two guys, they got stuff, and I wish I was a little bit lighter so I could grab my popcorn because things was getting heated up with so it was pretty cool.
And then there was a question about other UFC champions thinking that you're their favorite champion. You clearly have a good relationship with a lot of the guys. What are the other champions that you'd like to share a card with in the future if you could, do one of these 2 or 3 title fight cards?
Definitely DC. I want to fight with DC. I always wanted to get on that card. I was bummed that last July one when we couldn't get on it. But DC is definitely I would love to fight. Fight with who else? Who else is the champions? Amanda, I'm getting this one. She's the GOAT, you know what I mean? So it's dope to be on a card with her. Maybe Stylebender. Stylebender would be cool, you know. He's a dope striker, you know. I'm a dope striker. We fought on the same card again, but it'd be cool that we get to do it as champions. So, yeah, that's what Khabib would be fun, you know. Fighting on the same card with him, or even fighting him, you know, because since he's one of the best in the world, so we'll go from there.
This is kind of the era of the big money fight. A lot of fighters are kind of chasing the biggest possible payday, but you're talking more about legacy and more about being the best ever rather than trying to make the most money. Is that accurate? Is that kind of what you're? Are those two like parallel things, or are they divergent things? Do you think?
I think they're parallel. You know, I think if you become the best ever, you keep fighting, you keep coming, the money comes with it. You know, the sponsor comes with it. Everything comes with it. You just gotta do your job. You know, I think so. A lot of people nowadays just looking for the shortcut, for the easiest way, and then that's gonna be to see flashing in pans. You know, like they hit this peak and then they just kind of disappear. You know, and I never ever wanted to be that guy. You know, at the end of the day, it's taking me a little bit longer, but I like the long route, hard route. You know, and it took me, what was it, 10 fights? 10 fights to get a title fight, and I got a title fight because of DC. So thank you, DC. I always take it for that, you know. I don't know what happened, but you know, I got my interim title fight because of that, and things happen for a reason, you know. At the end of the day, I'm in it for a long work. I'm not gonna shy away from hard work, period, anytime. So you let me know what to do. I think you just gotta keep winning fights, and you know the money fights come sooner or later.
There are 2 other title fights on your card. Which one are you most looking forward to seeing, and why?
I want to see Amanda Nunes and Jermaine. That fight is super exciting, you know. Especially if they both, like, Amanda just been striking lately a lot, and Jermaine's a striker, you know. Jermaine once she knocked out a guy in boxing, so yeah, she did. So it's intriguing. So I want to see that fight for sure.
Is there anything special you want for Christmas besides a win?
A cupcake the size of this table. That'd be dope. Check out my YouTube, Max Holloway. We're probably gonna do something after that. A cupcake this big. I'm gonna be eating it. We're gonna put gold flakes on it. So it's gonna be awesome.
I mean, if it's Vegas, so you can probably find one of those. Right? You can find anything in Vegas.
100%.
So another fight that is drawing a lot of attention on this card is Jose Aldo dropping the bantamweight to fight Marlon Moraes. What were your initial thoughts when that was announced? You know, somebody you've stood in against dropping that much weight to get to 135.
I was like, thank God I don't have to face him again. You know, that guy's a beast. He's strong, and I was kind of blown away at first. I was like, oh, he's gonna make 35, you know, and it's possible, you know. He's just changing your diet and this and that. So I wish nothing but the best for him, you know. But we see what happens. I'm excited. He's fighting. In my eyes, it's like fighting a clone. Him and Marlon is like the same, you know what I mean? And they're Brazilian, and they're both Brazilian. So I'm excited for that fight. So I can't wait to watch that fight too.
You just mentioned that, you know, when you fought Pettis essentially for the interim title, you said, you know, thanks to DC because he dropped out of that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Were you and DC actually close before that, or is that some kind of experience that brought you guys together?
No, me and DC wasn't close before that at all. Like we kind of talked here and there, this and that, but like after that we kind of talked more, and then what got us close is that he invited me out to when he was doing the Ultimate Fighter, and I got to spend like a week with him. I think 5 days with him, and we came real close. That guy, he doesn't let it. He just tease you. You know, you watch any video, he teases everybody. So I love that guy. You know, that's my kind of thing. You know, growing up with friends and all my friends, we always give each other a hard time, and it's just good. You know, it's a crazy friendship.
When we see, you know, embeddeds or on Fight Week, you have a huge team with you. You know, all the guys focused on you. You do a lot of activities, facilities, stuff. What about the guys that don't make the trip to the fights, the team back home? How much bigger is this sort of the training group back at home? And are there other guys that, you know, you wish you could bring out on the road as well?
It's huge. I wish I could bring everybody, you know, but I ain't making that DC money yet. So DC, let me know the secrets so I can bring out everybody. But you know, at the end of the day, we got a huge team. You know, like guys come out. We'd have a huger team if guys came out, and I'm grateful for them, and they always know. I always try to make sure that they feel it when we get home. You know, we always try to go and get dinner or lunch or hang out or just spend time, you know, outside the gym, away from the gym, where it's just crazy. You know, sometimes the gym is just insane. So we always try to do stuff outside of the gym.
You know, in football, if a quarterback has a good year, they generally buy their offensive line something.
Yeah.
Is there something that you've ever done for the guys that travel with you or for the team? You know, to thank them for all the preparation?
Oh yeah, all the time. We do. I always make sure I take good care of them. You know, even if it's the small stuff. You know, catching dinners or whatever it is. But that's just what you gotta do. You know, it's just being a decent human being. You know, you take care of people who take care of you, and these guys take care of me behind the scenes. They do a lot. They do a lot. You know, like I said after the Frankie fight. You know, plot twist. I ain't the conductor of Bless Express. I'm actually just chilling. I'm actually one of the passengers. These guys are the ones making the call, making sure everybody getting on and whatever. So it's just I got an amazing team. I'm just grateful. I'm blessed.
We hear a lot of talk about like the Mount Rushmore of MMA. If there were 4 guys up there, and, you know, you're well on your way to being in that elite level. But what would be more important to you, to be on the Mount Rushmore of MMA or on the Mount Rushmore of sort of Hawaiian culture and history?
I think so. Probably for Hawaiian culture for sure. I just want to make sure show these kids that look, we're in a rock in the middle of nowhere, and you can do great things, but you gotta be willing to put in the work and you'll be willing to do it. You know, and I just want to give them the opportunities and whatever, and give back some way after this is done, and just inspire the next generation. You know, that's what life is about. Life is about inspiring someone. You know, when you leave this world, you wanna make it better when you came in. So that's the end goal.